Today's podcast is the ballad The Trees They Do Grow High, which is about an arranged marriage. Along the way, I'll sing some of the tunes associated with the song and look at its background and publishing history. The trees they do grow high, and the leaves they do grow green. The time is gone and past, me love, that you and I have seen. It's a cold winter's night, my love, when you and I must lie alone. The bonny boy is young, but he's growing. Oh, father, dear father, you've done to me some harm. You've married me to a boy, and I fear he is too young. Oh, daughter, dearest daughter, if you'll stay at home and wait a longer May, a lady you shall be while he's growing. We'll send him to the college for 1 year or two, and then perhaps in time, my love, a man he will grow. I'll buy you a bunch of white ribbon to tie around his bonny, bonny waist, to let the ladies know that he's married. That tune and words were collected in July 1904 by Cecil Sharp from Harry Richards of Curry Rival in Somerset. A young woman has been forced into a marriage with a husband who is several years her junior. She complains to her father that he is too young. The father suggests that the boy be sent to college, where he will wear a white cambric shirt or blue ribbons to let people know that he's married. The young woman becomes pregnant, but in the meantime, the boy dies, leaving her a widow. This very popular and widespread song was first mentioned in a 2-verse fragment in a manuscript belonging to David Hurd, the Scottish ballad collector. Robert Burns used this 2-verse fragment as the opening verses to a new song, Lady Mary Ann, which was published with a tune in 1792 in Volume 4 of the Scots Musical Museum. Lady Mary Ann looks o'er the castle wall, she spies 3 bonny boys a-playing at the ball. The youngest of them was the flower of them all. My bonny lad is young, but he's growing yet. Father, oh father, and if you think it fit, we'll send him a year unto the college yet. We'll tie a green ribbon round about his heart, and that'll let him know he's to marry yet. Lady Mary Ann was a flower in the dew, sweet was its smell and bonny was its hue. The longer it blossomed, the sweeter it grew, and the lily in the bud will be bonnier yet. A more complete version of the song, without a tune, was published in 1824 under the title of The Young Laird of Craigstown, in A North Country Garland, edited by James Maidment. It incorporates the legend that the song refers to John Urquhart, who in the 1630s was 13 years old and the Laird of Craigstown. He was pressurised by the Laird of Innes to marry his daughter Elizabeth Innes, who was Urquhart's elder cousin. The young man died in 1634 while still in his early teens. There is no definite evidence that this true-life incident was the basis of the song, or whether an existing popular song attracted the linking of the story. Opinions vary, and performers make of it what they will. The song concerns an arranged marriage, probably to bring in a title or wealth to one or both families. This type of arrangement was quite common up to the 19th century, and it was only after the Industrial Revolution and the shift of population and the wealth base that the custom began to fade. It is still practiced in some societies today, and within families where they wish to preserve their wealth or position. The young man is sent to college whilst he matures, and ribbons of white or green are tied around his waist, sometimes around his college cap, to let the ladies know he's married. White is the symbol of marriage, purity and innocence, and green symbolises youth and inexperience. Both are often used in balladry to symbolise marriage and fertility. Although the song is thought to have its origins in Scotland, the dating of songs and tracking their origins is a constant problem. The early days of serious ballad collecting tended to be confined to Scotland, the attitude being that there were no traditional songs in England. Collecting of ballads in earnest started in the late 1700s after the publication of the Relics of Ancient English Poetry by Thomas Percy in 1765, which influenced many of the up-and-coming poets of the time and made collecting and publication of ballads an intellectual and commercial venture. It was the words of the ballad that were collected, not the tunes. As I was a-walking by yonder church wall, I saw 24 young men a-playing at the ball. I asked for my own true love, but they would not let him come, for they said the boy was young, but still growing. Now at the age of 16 he was a married man. At the age of 17 the father to a son. And at the age of 18 the grass grew over him. Cruel death soon put an end to his growing. I made my love a shroud of the holland so fine. Every stitch I put in, my tears came trickling down. And I will mourn his fate till the day that I do die. But I'll watch all o'er his child while he's growing. That tune was taken down by Bertha Bidder from an unnamed woman who lived in Stoke Fleming in Devon. The song appeared in the Broadside Press, which probably helped to spread it and keep it in circulation. The Broadside versions are also confusing in that they're known by several different titles. Still Growing, Lady Mary Ann, My Bonny Lad is Young and Still Growing. It wasn't until the 19th century that there was any serious collecting of songs and ballads in England. The English versions of the song collected from the country singers were first printed in the late 19th century in Songs and Ballads of the West, edited by Sabine Baring-Gould and H. Fleetwood Shepherd in 1891. Most of the 20th century collectors in Britain found versions of the song still being sung as a frequent and popular part of the singer's repertoire. The words tended to conform to those printed by the Broadside Press, and the tune generally followed a standard melody line. The song remains popular among the 21st century singers. In 1942, Benjamin Bryn composed a song arrangement of The Trees They Do Grow High, based on the 1914 version collected by Lucy Broadwood from Mrs. Joyner of Chiswell Green in Hertfordshire. Oh, the trees they do grow high, and the leaves they do grow green. Many a cold winter's night my love and I have seen. On a cold winter's night, my love, you and I alone have been, whilst me bonny boy is young, but he's growing, growing, growing. My bonny boy is young, but he's growing. Oh, father, dearest father, you've done to me much wrong, to tie me to a boy when you know he is too young. Oh, daughter, dearest daughter, if you'll wait a little while, a lady you shall be while he's growing, growing, growing. A lady you shall be while he's growing. Oh, daughter, dearest daughter, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll send your love to college for another year or two, and I will buy white ribbons to tie around his waist, for to let the ladies know that he's married, 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 to let the ladies know that he's married. At the age of 16 he was a married man, And at the age of 17, the father to a son. And at the age of 18, the grass grew over him. Cruel death soon put an end to his growing. Growing, growing, cruel death soon put an end to his growing. And he shall have a shroud of the holland brown, and whilst in a making the tears shall roll down, saying, once I had a sweetheart, but now I've never a one. So fare thee well, my own true love, forever, forever, forever. So fare thee well, my own true love, forever. And now my love is dead, and in his grave doth lie. The green grass grows over him so very, very high. I'll sit here and mourn his fate until the day I die, and watch all o'er his child while he's growing, growing, growing. I'll watch all o'er his child while he's growing.